So I have a pretty varied idea depending on where I'm going and what I'm doing. So um, I love, for example, scuba diving. I'm a big scuba diver.
Cool.
So much so when I loved it so much when I first did it that I not only went and got certified to be a diver, but I thought this is great, and I became an instructor. I actually got certified all the way to becoming a professional dive instructor.
Where did you do
Um,
that?
sorry.
Where did you do that?
So I took the courses and most of the work here in Seattle. I mean, I live in Seattle area, but then you have to do what's called an instructor exam, where PADI, the Professional Dive Association, does. They bring potential instructors together to take an exam, both practical and written, and that was in Hawaii. So yeah,
Very
but
cool.
so I love diving. There is one problem, and I used to travel to super exotic places for dive trips. Like super exotic, like you have to take charter planes to get there because there's no commercial
Oh my
aircraft.
God.
Um, there's one problem with that. I mentioned I like to travel with my partner. My partner is afraid of the ocean. So
Okay.
we'll be on top of the ocean in a boat or even on a paddle board,
Okay.
paddling, but not in the ocean. So it does make dive trips interesting. There is one that I've got agreement that he will go with me because I've got a friend who runs a very world-known resort in the Maldives. Kind of the one you've seen probably pictures with the giant villas over the water.
Yep. Yep.
So she runs that, and she's like, I will find stuff for him to do. Like we have yoga, we have all this other stuff on the beach, and you can go diving. So that will be the perfect one of my our perfect trips because I can go do diving while he's doing other things.
That's amazing. I did a similar, my mom and dad deal with that in their, my dad loves surfing, and we were recently in Indonesia. Similarly, we had to take a charter plane. My mom doesn't want to surf. And so what often happens is they don't go on trips together, which is sad because they want to spend time together. It's just they do have difference in activities, which you are not the first person to not exactly overlap with what your partner enjoys doing.
Yeah.
So what I want to explore deeper, if you're willing to share, is when you are traveling, are you booking, hey, this is a month we're taking a trip for? Like, even that thought, you're probably thinking, well, I just could have never done that with my traditional job. Is the thought, now that you don't have to go back to work, of booking a month something that's realistic? Could your partner do that? Does their position not allow for that?
So I think they could. The biggest wrinkle right now for a month, because yes, I want to go travel and
Okay.
do that, but I have dogs, and we have someone who comes to the house, and so we don't put them in boarding. The dogs get free roam of the house, and then someone comes, but they complain is the best way to describe it when I come back, even from a week and a half of being
Okay.
gone. But then again, they complain when I'm gone an hour from the house. So uh, and my dogs are getting a little older, so being gone a month right now because of the dogs might not be in the cards. But it's not because of my unwillingness to do it. It's my for being gone a month and traveling a month. It's more about making sure I get to maximize the most amount of time I have left with my dogs, but still go and enjoy stuff. Now, as much as I don't like talking about it, in a couple of years, as they're getting up in age, if they're no longer here, then yeah, the idea, like one of the things we love doing is we like going on cruises. And there are some, most people do the cruise, they do a week or whatever that is, maybe it's a week and a half, but there are what they call repositioning cruises where a ship is, we live in Seattle, so there's cruise ships that go up to Alaska, but that's only during like 3 or 4 months of the year, and then they don't let the cruise ship just sit there. They move it to the Caribbean or somewhere like
Hmm.
that, and they have to get the ship from somewhere like Seattle to Florida or wherever it's going out of, and they offer the opportunity to get on the ship and ride along on the repositioning, and it's usually like 15 days minimum, sometimes even longer.
Whoa.
And it's even, you can get a really good room at a good price because it's not the purpose is they're moving the ship. They have to do it anyway, but they make a little bit of money or cover their costs. So you get a really good cruise for and get to see a lot more. And be just okay with the fact that you started in one city, you end up in a completely different city.
That is a pro tip. I love that. And yeah, never fun to talk about, but appreciate you sharing that, Lewis.